Hello everyone, my name is Robbie, you're watching Geek Level Asian, and we have some new Super Sentai news. I've come to learn that all of the Super Sentai news usually shows up on Twitter, and it's usually in Japanese, which I obviously, well maybe not obvious to everyone, but I can't read that. So, I follow as many accounts as I can where I think there's going to be news, but even if it is news, I don't know if it is. But thankfully, the Toku community is really great in, sharing and resharing all of this stuff so that people like me can learn what's going on in Japan. So make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because this is another great way that you can also receive this news and know what's going on in the Super Sentai and Toku world. And just a little reminder, subscribing enters you to win this Funko Pop Ultra Zord. So if you haven't seen it already, a few months ago, Toei released some information around the 45th Super Sentai team, which is going to be our next team in 2021, which is called Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, which from what I've read online translates loosely to Machine World Squadron Full Throttle Ranger. Let's hope it's not anything like Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, because we all know what a dumpster trash fire that was. Also remember that these translations aren't always correct, and we go through this every time a new Sentai team comes out. We think it's one thing, and then it ends up being a little bit different, so it could not actually be called that. Don't blame me, blame the websites I'm reading. So now fast forward all the way to yesterday on December 5th, 2020. On Twitter, it was announced that there's going to be a crossover movie event. The movie is set to release on February 20th, 2021, which is very close to my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Oh wow, I'm getting so old. And going by the Twitter post, it's going to feature Mashin Sentai Kiramager and Kishiryu Sentai Rysoulger. So now this is where the mystery comes in. Right in the middle of the post, there's a silhouette of our next team. And this silhouette looks very different from every Sentai team we've ever seen, but very reminiscent of Kamenrider. From what we can see, there seems to be a collar, which is very cape-like, almost also kind of looks like a Gokai collar, and it has antennae. Now, under the Twitter post, there's a lot of comments from the Toku community, and a lot of people are posting pictures of the Kamen Sentai Gorider team. Now, I wasn't really familiar with this. I'd never seen this until I saw it yesterday, but this is a spin-off of the Kamenrider Xaid and Q-Ranger crossover. This Gorider team actually looks exactly like it. You have the collar and the antenna. It also gives me a Beautiful Joe vibe. Also kind of looks like Kamenrider Mach. Now, this is pretty interesting. We obviously don't know what this suit is gonna look like, but it seems to me like they're kind of crossing over to Kamen Rider designs. They've already kind of started doing that with a lot of the armor. If you want to call them like a battleizer, like if you look at some of these, they're basically Kamen Rider. So this is just random and has no merit. It's kind of more of like, hey, this would be cool. But I was kind of thinking of, since this is a 45th anniversary series, some of the questions that are being asked are, will this team have the ability to maybe call upon powers just like Gokaiger did, because that was also an anniversary series, which kind of storyline-wise really wouldn't make any sense, right? Because how can they have everyone's powers? How can Zenkaiger also have everyone's powers? But that concept kind of made me start thinking, and I thought it'd be really cool if, what if we just, instead of having everyone's powers, why don't we just bring back an old team or make a team of cast members that we already know just to make a different team. Because they bring people back for cameos, and they did bring Maji Yellow back as an official ranger in Go Buster, but a full team? That would be pretty cool. If that were the case, maybe not even for Zenkaiger, but if they were going to do that, who are the 5 or 6 older rangers, or previous rangers, I shouldn't say older, older's not the right terminology, previous Sentai team members or rangers, who would you want to be as a full team? Leave that in the comments. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I always love these crossover events. Like, if you've been watching my videos, you probably already know that I didn't really love Rysoulger. I wouldn't say that it's bad, but I didn't really like it. Then Kiramager came out, and I was like, okay, I actually don't like this one. But I think both of them together might mix and make a better story, because they're such different series. Like, they're very different teams. And I think it's interesting. I keep relating it to a bug in my mind, but the new Zenkaiger silhouette helmet, the antenna just makes me think bug. I know that's not the case. I know it's supposed to be full throttle range, or whatever that actually means, because if it translates to Machine Sentai, I would think that it's gonna be something that has to do with vehicles, maybe. And maybe the antenna have something to do, I mean, maybe they're robots? Maybe they're robots? What if it was a team of all robots? Kyuranger, we had robots. If you think about it, I mean, Champ, Raptor, Balance, all robots. That would be super interesting, but, you know, I don't think it would be relatable for kids, so they would probably do probably like robots, but maybe a human leader. But yeah, that would be really interesting if they were all machines. They don't have to make them look like robots like they did in Kyuranger. They could actually be like androids, you know, and make it a little bit more subtle, the roboticness. Yeah, curious. That's gonna be interesting. I'm saying this like it's a real thing. I don't know, they might all be humans. Now, taking all of this in, I mean, we've seen this before, right? They usually have a movie somewhere in between the Sentai series where they introduce the new team. Gokaiger versus Gokaiger. In my last video, I was talking about Strongest Battle. They don't always show the whole team. Maybe we're only gonna get one Ranger. Maybe we'll get everybody. I am curious to also know if everyone's helmets are gonna look the same with the antenna. Maybe they're going to look different. I don't know. We haven't really gotten a lot of information on Zenkaiger now that I think about it. I mean, most of the stuff that I've read online is pretty much speculation or rumors. I've seen some fan art as well. So I've gone ahead and taken the time to come up with a concept of what I think it should look like. So let's make that happen. Now, bringing it back to Power Rangers, I mean, Rysoulger's gonna be in it, so Dino Fury, right? I mean, maybe they could use some of that footage. I mean, they did do that. I believe they did that with Ninja, right? Some of the Ninja movie footage made its way to the team-up with JDF, so maybe, who knows, maybe we'll get some footage from this particular series and they'll bring it into maybe the television show for Dino Fury. Not sure yet. Now, also remember, I just read this tweet yesterday. There might be some more information that I didn't read yet, or you may know more about Zenkaiger and this movie than I do. So if that's the case, please make sure to put that information in the comments. Also, would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, your theories on what's going to happen in Zenkaiger. Also, feel free to leave all that stuff, have a conversation down there. Happy to respond, and I know that you guys like to talk to each other in there as well. So I don't normally do this because I don't always plan this far in advance, but I already know what my next video is going to be about for next week, and I'm doing this because it seems like you guys really liked that cosplay, where to buy cosplay video I made, so I figured, well, let me kind of keep going with that theme, and what I did was I went online and found the Lightning Collection Red Ranger helmet, so I picked up one of those, and I'm gonna compare that to this guy right back here, the Gorlson Ranger helmet that I have that was gifted to me by my friend Manny. So thank you again. I wish they made a mass-produced Gokai Silver helmet. I'd love to do that comparison. Just so that you guys can see the difference between what a Lightning Collection mass-produced helmet looks like compared to a cosplay helmet. And listen, that's up to you. You decide what you like better. I think it'd be good for everyone to see, hey, this is how they're different. So make sure to stay tuned for that. I also noticed that many of you who are watching are not actually subscribed to the channel. That's okay, but you have the opportunity to change that right now. And even if you are, you might not have turned on alerts. So therefore, when these videos come out, you might not actually get notified. You're gonna miss it. I've also realized that I kind of never really tell you guys about my web store, but I have a web store. And if you guys would like to help support, you can pick up some cool t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, crew necks, stickers, mugs, pillows, really all of that cool stuff. I drew some of that stuff, and I had other people create some cool designs for you guys, so go ahead and check that out. It helps me when I need to either purchase or buy something so that I can do an unboxing or a review of it. So thank you for sticking around, everybody. Again, if you'd like to keep up with my Power Ranger, Super Sentai, Toku news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You could also follow me on social media. I now have a Facebook again. The link, the writing of my channel name is just a little bit different. It's LVL instead of LEVEL. And again, watch out for next week's video where I will be comparing the Lightning Collection red helmet to my cosplay red helmet. Be good, everyone, and may the power protect you.